by Elizabeth O. Dulemba. Lula's aunties were witches, the wickedest in the land, so they taught Lula their witchety ways and bewitching spells firsthand. They made Lula study night and day to learn to make magical potions that oozed like boogers and glowed bright green in ghastly drinks and lotions. But Lula didn't like to fly on a broom or practice magical spells. She wanted to brew up tasty dishes with pleasing aromas and smells. Lula dreamed of being a chef in her neighborhood's favorite haunt. She wanted a 4-star bistro, her very own restaurant. She studied a stack of cookbooks she kept hidden under her bed, and rather than 30-minute spells, she watched food programs instead. "Lula, your potions don't work," screeched Zelda, Tippy, and Dink. "Try it again, you'll get one right. Eventually, we think." "Here's an easy potion, even you can't get it wrong. It turns a child into a mouse, and it doesn't take too long. You'll need frog eyes and lizard tails, those are easy to find, mouse toes and broken snails, and a mole from a bat's behind." Lula pretended to add the ingredients, just like her aunties said, but when they turned the other way, she added what she liked instead. When Lula finished her potion, it steamed with a yummy perfume. "It smells too good," the aunties cried. "Lula, go to your room." But Tippy took a tiny sip and suddenly understood. "Sisters, you should try this. It really is quite good." Meanwhile, the steam snaked up the chimney and floated through the town. Right through the mayor's window, he awoke and sniffed around. "What is that magical smell? I must have some right now." He didn't get dressed or brush his teeth. He ran outside and... wow! A crowd already filled the street, every person, dog, and mouse. They all walked forward in a daze, straight for the witch's house. "Knock, knock!" They beat upon the door. "Who's there?" the aunties cried. "It's the good people of Rockville. May we come inside? Please, won't you let us try a taste of your delicious-smelling stew? We won't last a day if we don't, and we'll stay right here till you do." "Sisters," Tippy smiled, "I think we've cast a spell, and if they won't last a single day, I think we cast it well." The aunties dished up Lula's brew as people slurped like hogs. Yum they oohed, and they cooed, and grinned like happy frogs. "Seconds, please?" asked Bobby D. Zelda answered with a smirk. "I'll give you more if you sweep the floor." Bobby got right to work. The mayor begged, "I'd like more too." Dink said, "Obey my wishes." Of course, the mayor widely grinned and started scrubbing dishes. "With this brew, people do what we say," the aunties laughed. "It's true." "Excuse me, aunties," Lula said, "but I made that brew, not you." Just then a spoon scraped the empty pot. The people looked confused. They dropped their bowls and walked away, as if they'd been excused. "Make it again," the aunties cried. "Of course, whenever you want. On one condition," Lula said. "I want a restaurant." The aunties gathered up tables and chairs, silverware, napkins, and frou-frou. They set them all around the house, while Lula planned out the menu. Lula's cafe was a huge success. The mayor was maitre d'. Reviewers gave Lula the highest honors and her own cooking show on TV. Her dishes were so mesmerizing, she was featured in Gourmand magazine. They coined a term just for Lula, magical fusion cuisine. Others tried hard to match Lula's style, but her secrets eluded them all. For along with being a famous chef, she was a bit of a witch after all.